How to get free from anxiety. So, how do you actually get free from it? Well, there is good news that you can actually do it, but it's very, very difficult unless you work within the emotional mind. Okay, so a lot of things people do, dealing with symptoms, taking a long, deep breath, distraction, elastic band on your wrist and snap it off your wrist and all that. That's just really what we call distraction and disassociation away from the issue. It's like the problem is here, but I'm looking over there, and when I'm looking over there, I don't really, experience the problem here. But the problem is that the problem here is constantly, wearing you out. If your mind is alerted to situations which it believes may be a threat to your survival, danger or pending doom, well, then the body becomes stressed, and the mind becomes stressed, which means the body becomes stressed, and we sort of live in this state of dis-ease. Okay, and over time it wears us out. The other thing too is a lot of people take a lot of medication for anxiety, and you really have to look at the side effects of that. Speaking to a girl there recently, probably about a month ago, who we did a lot of great work with her, probably a year ago. Sorry, battery is going this. Did lot of great work over a year ago for her anxiety. Fantastic. She is flying, but she's taking medication for something else. Within 2, 3 weeks of taking that medication, she started having anxiety again. And so we had a chat about the whole thing. And when she looked at the side effects, one of the side effects of the other medication was anxiety. So, really, how do you deal with anxiety? Well, it comes from within the what we call the protector, the mind that protects us. If you're crossing the road today and a car goes beep and you nearly got knocked down, well, we're designed to create panic and anxiety in that situation for a couple of reasons. One is to give us the best response possible to survive, and the second one is that to warn us in the future. Maybe the next time we're crossing the road, we'll actually look left, right, 5, 6 times to make sure. If you're walking down the stairs and you trip a little bit and you feel anxious, that is designed to warn you to pay attention to going downstairs. Okay, but like at a girl in yesterday, for instance, and she had a fear of vomiting. That lovely girl Emily, and the cause of her anxiety went right back to being 4 years of age, and she's in the back of a car, and there was two strange boys in the car getting a lift with them, and she was sitting in the back, and there was one each side, and both of them had the vomiting bug, and both of them started getting sick in front of her. So her subconscious mind took that as a threat to her survival. Obviously, because there was a panic there, well, what if I get sick as well? And then also, it's unpleasant to see people getting sick, the smell, and she was also trapped in that situation. So if you look back for Emily's testimonial there, you'd see the difference in the girl. Why? Because we actually went back and we actually, what we call, reprogrammed. We desensitized that initial experience for her in the subconscious mind. Therefore, now she can talk about vomit. She even said yesterday, I think now if somebody got sick, I'd actually want to help them rather than have to run. So no matter what anxiety you have, if it's fear of spiders, fear of heights, fear of flying, fear of confrontation, fear of mistakes, fear of not being enough, fear of rejection, fear of people's judgment, it's just endless. You see, it's the same anxiety, excuse me, as crossing the road. It's the same anxiety as going down the stairs and you trip a bit. It's not a different anxiety for every different issue. It's the same one. But what it means is that within your mind that there's a numerous amounts of things that will trigger that anxiety. Some are real, some are life-threatening ones, and we want to keep that anxiety. And then there's lots which aren't that life-threatening. But maybe when you're younger, you didn't understand that with the lack of a logical mind. So therefore, that anxiety can stay with us from the first time it happened, or it can be re-triggered later on. Okay. So if you want anxiety, the normal route with ourselves is 3 visits. We do a 3 hour, a 2 hour, and a 1 hour, and normally over 90% of our clients will have themselves anxiety free. So again, if you want to get in touch with me, folks, no problem. I'll help you. And you get my number in the bio. It's a WhatsApp number. I can only take text on WhatsApp because I'm going into the clinic now till late this evening, session after session. So I can't really, take phone calls. It's just the way it is. But if you're really serious about getting help with your anxiety, and amongst other things as well, that's what you do. Go to the bio. You get the number there for WhatsApp, send me a message. I will get back to you as soon as I can. I'm just enjoying another lovely summer's day here in Ireland, the 9th of July, and it's like a January's day. So I hope that helps, folks. But the whole point of it is, if you're drinking to soothe your anxiety, if you're taking drugs to soothe your anxiety, if you're snapping a plastic band off your wrist just to cause a distraction so you look over here instead of looking here where the issue is, that's not really healthy either. So you need to get into the mind, and it has to be done through what we call real hypnosis in a deep state of what we call somnambulism. In a somnambulistic state, we can bring a client right back to the first steps they ever took. We can take them back to the first time they went to school. We can take them back anywhere, and when we get back there, we can actually reprogram that experience into the truth. The truth is, well, you did get through that. You did survive it. Nothing bad happened because you're actually still alive right now. Whereas maybe when you're 5 or 6 or 7, the child perceived it as a life and death situation, like falling into a swimming pool, for instance, or somebody messing and locking in the wardrobe for a few minutes, kids. So there's numerous ways that we can experience really what we might perceive as life and death situations, and that can be re-triggered later on in life, or we can have that anxiety from the moment it happens. Okay, hope that helps. Anyway, have a fantastic day, and bring your umbrellas.